Yo, what's up, movie people? I hope you're all doing well. Today, I'm going to be reviewing The Bad Guys 2. The question is, was it any good? Let's talk about that.
We're being set up. We need to show the world we're good. So we're gonna sabotage them.
Alright, I just got back from watching the new Bad Guys movie, and I'm really excited to talk about this one because it was so freaking good. I mean, I was a huge fan of the first Bad Guys from 2022. I still think it's very underrated. If you haven't seen it, go watch that movie, then go watch the second one because I think that this second one is even better than the first movie, which is awesome to hear. I love having two good movies, and I really do hope that they make a third one because there is a little bit of a tease for the third one. There's some post-credit scenes of this one, so if you do go see it, stay in your seats for this post-credit sequences. But my God, I just had such a really fun time with this one. I think maybe that has something to do with the story just being so good, better than the first one in my eyes also. But also, kids movies this year have been pretty bad. I'm gonna say I don't think there have been that many good ones. People can say, oh, I like the Minecraft movie, but no, the Minecraft movie sucks. It is a terrible movie. It's just, loved because the memes that are from it. But seriously, the only good kids movies this year have been, K-pop Demon Hunters, Lost in Starlight, if you count that as a kids movie, it's kind of for teens. And then now The Bad Guys 2. I think The Bad Guys 2 is my favorite kids movie this year. I think this is really good. It's almost great in my eyes. I have two things in the bad category, but I'm going to talk about the good. As I said, really enjoy the story of these movies. The director of the first one came back to do the second one. I think he does such a great job at making the story feel fresh in this new one. You don't have to deal with, the backstory of these characters for this one. You just get right into it. So I really love that. The animation is still top notch. I feel like the Bad Guys movies have this really unique animation style going on because it looks like, something shot on film. It has that, film grain to it. They're going for like this old style, really colorful still, but grunge kind of looking animation. That really fits with the movie well, especially when they're doing, kind of like it's kind of like a Mission Impossible or like Ocean's 11 type movie. They do lots of heists, they steal stuff, and I really just love the animation work on here. This kind of animation and the Spider-Verse animation looks so great in my eyes. The cast is also terrific. You got everyone coming back. You got some newcomers. I mean, you got Sam Rockwell, you got Mark Maron, you got Craig Robinson, Anthony Ramos, Aquafina, Zazie Beetz. I mean, you got so many good ones. Maria Bakalova came in for this one. She is great. Daniel Brooks is also great as the main villain. I mean, this voice cast is seriously impressive, and I think they all do such a great job at playing off of each other. The energy levels stay high because of how great this cast is. And no, they're not all recording their lines at the same time, but they play it so well that it makes it seem like they're all in the booth at the same time. Even though they're not, I think they're all just great. And this one, does have a little bit of a romance side plot between, Wolf, Sam Rockwell, and Zazie Beetz, Diane. And I really love that from this one. I feel like that was my favorite part because they play with it a little bit in the first one by, them meeting, then, sparks fly when they're big dancing. And then in this one, they play with that romance even more. I love that. The chemistry between those two characters is terrific. Adds some great heart to this movie that I really needed and really loved from it. So that is easily my favorite part about this movie. The romance between them was just really heartfelt and really made me feel something. Without getting into any spoilers, I will say the action sequences are awesome. In the third act, it kind of takes place all in space. The director came out and said that, that inspiration came from Ad Astra, Interstellar, of course, Mission Impossible. And I saw all that. I'm a big science fiction nerd. I love space. So seeing the third act take place all in space, I was like, I'm loving this. This is awesome. They play with some cool little gadgets in space. There's some farting going on in the spacesuits that I actually laughed at a little bit. I'm not a big fart joke person, but I thought it was kind of funny in this movie. Some zero G stuff going on, some stuff with gold going on. That was really cool. And, there's a thing in the movie called MacGuffinite, which I found, hilarious if you know what a MacGuffin is. But yeah, the whole third act was just so much fun. I only have two things in my bad category, and they're not that big, but I will say the villains were a little underdeveloped for my eyes. I felt like they were pretty good, but I want to see a little bit more backstory of them. The villains are basically what makes this the Bad Guys 2, because the bad guys from the first movie are the good guys now, and the villains are the bad guys. So I'm not going to spoil about, too much details about them, but I wish they had a little bit more backstory. But my biggest flaw about this movie is that I think it's too short, just like the first one. I know they make these kids movies, under 2 hours, but if this one was a little bit longer, I think it would have been even better. Add another action sequence, that would have been really cool. Add even more romance to this movie. I feel like it works so well because that main romance. I wanted more scenes between Wolf and Diane. I think those were easily the best scenes in the movie, but not too much in my bad category. I really, really enjoyed this movie, and I think that, it is better than the first movie. I think that this is just an awesome sequel. If you're a fan of the first movie like me, you'll have a great time with this new one. Love the animation style. The whole cast is great. But as I said, I particularly love the relationship that was built upon between Wolf and Diane. That romance really struck me hard. I hope they do play with that more in the third one, because as I said, they do tease a third movie. Hope we get that third movie in a little bit short over time, because I think the wait time between the first one and this one was 3 years. Maybe we should only wait 2 years between this one and the next one. But man, I really had a blast with this one. I need that third one right now. This one was just awesome in my eyes. The Bad Guys 2 gets an 8 out of 10. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. If you did, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, as it's free to do so. And if you also saw The Bad Guys, leave your own thoughts down below in the comments. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.